I tend to agree with you. I think that there's definitely going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if there were layoffs at Wells Fargo, especially in the mortgage division, and the division that handles these loans that they've bought and serviced for other investors. The one thing that was interesting about the press release is they did say that they are going to continue issuing mortgages, but they're putting more and more of their focus and more manpower behind mortgages for those that are minorities and who basically have real estate and wealth inequalities compared to the rest of the white middle class. And so
Yep.
they really are going back to this kind of community homeownership program. And it's interesting because I worked for Bank of America in 98 in private banking. And before that, my very first banking job was actually at First Interstate Bank, which was bought by Wells Fargo. So I've been at both of those companies. But in 1998, under President George Bush Sr., I believe, no, it was Junior. It was W. He started the Community Redevelopment Act, and that essentially incentivized banks to come in and give loans to those that were not qualified for loans under normal circumstances to help minorities and to help people that were poorer to be able to have home ownership. And unfortunately, what that did, I remember us giving loans to people who had very bad credit. They didn't have great job stability, and they had to go to like a 3-hour class, I believe it was, maybe two of them in an evening. And once they went through that class, they got the loan, even though they normally wouldn't qualify. And unfortunately, what happened is a lot of them were sold loans that they didn't understand. And over time, that's part of what led to the run up of 2008 and 2009 and the peak of real estate. So I have a little bit of trepidation about doing that again. But that's where they're headed. And so, it's really important to the US government and internationally to balance wealth inequalities and homeownership inequalities. So Wells Fargo's all in on the sustainable development goals, and that's one of them. And I see them going really far in that direction. I hope it helps a lot of people, but I hope that we can take the mistakes they made in the past in the run up to '07 and not repeat those same things again so that we end up in a similar cycle in 7, 8 years down the road.
Yeah, let's hope we've learned our lessons. Lots of banks, Wells Fargo being one of them, had a lot of pain last time. So let's hope they institute different processes and procedures.